Good evening, everybody. The time is 6:04. We are scheduled for a board meeting. We're scheduled for a board meeting. Somebody's excited. For a board meeting this evening. We are going to start with the recognitions first, and then proceed to go into the regular board meeting as some of the other trustees arrive. Could I please ask everyone to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag, pledge allegiance to thee. Texas is one. Thank you.
Yeah, just recognitions. What do you want to do here?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, members of the board, Mr. Santos, and members of the audience. Thank you for being here this evening. We'd like to start off by recognizing our very first group of individuals this evening. Very proud to be here to recognize a very talented and energetic group of people who helped put an event together for United Independent School District. The second annual Let's Move for Scholars Untamed Zumba Masterclass was held in mid-January, and it was an extremely successful event with over 200 participants joining in the Zumba class. This event not only emphasized the importance of health and fitness, but also raised funds for college scholarships for our graduating seniors class of 2015. The sense of community and positive energy in the room was remarkable, and happy to announce that close to $4,000 was raised at this year's event. Events such as this one would not be possible without the help and support of our powerhouse Zumba instructors, and we thank them for volunteering their time and talents. Tonight we have two of our Zumba instructors, and I would like to recognize them. And there was actually additional ones who were not able to be in attendance here this evening, and they are Ana Rodriguez Gutierrez, please join us up at the stage, Karina Mendoza Guerra, Veronica Vidal, Erica Mendoza, Luis Torres, and Orly Gonzalez. Thank you very much for everything you all do. and we continue celebrating our wonderful scholars. It is bee season, so we do want to congratulate our district-wide spelling bee winners, and I know that we have our proud principals here, so as I call out the name of the campus, will you please stand and be recognized proudly with your student, and the students will walk up on stage, please. We'll start off with our 4th place winner from Troutman Elementary. Ms. Zaida Gonzalez is here in the audience. And congratulations to Gerardo Elgezabel. Gerardo is a 5th grade student at Troutman Elementary. In 3rd place, from Prada Elementary, we have Valeria Casas. Both students are 5th graders at their respective campuses. Our 2nd place winner comes from Troutman Middle School, 6th grader Sebastian Luna. Congratulations. And in 1st place, from United Middle School, and I know we have our proud principal here, Ms. Becky Morales. Congratulations to Kiran Malik, 6th grader. All right, and we'll announce our 4th place winner again, Gerardo Elgezabel from Troutman Elementary. He is a 5th grader. And the good news is that all of these students will still compete more than 1 year in a row. They still have an opportunity to continue competing, so. Congratulations, spelling bee winners. We now continue with our science fair winners for our annual district science fair. We will begin with our elementary division first. We will start off with our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade division. In 3rd place from Killam Elementary. And I know our proud principal, Mr. Palizo, is here in the audience. Congratulations to 1st grader Carolina Sanchez. In 2nd place from Zaffarini Elementary, Ms. Claudia Benavides, proud principal. Congratulations to 2nd grader Miranda Chavez. And in 1st place from De Llano Elementary, 3rd grader Corey Flores. Congratulations to our future scientists. The trophy is meant to symbolize how big their brains are. They're great thinkers. Congratulations. Well done. Good job. We now continue with our 4th and 5th grade division. From Ruiz Elementary, proud principal Karen Fox. In 3rd place, we have Casey Estrada, 5th grader. In 2nd place, from Kaizen Elementary, 4th grader Javier Puerto. And in 1st place, from Borchers Elementary, proud principal Ms. Mucia Flores, we have 4th grader Aiden Villarreal.
Good evening, members of the board, Mr. Santos, everyone in the audience. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to announce United Independent School District Science Fair winners at the secondary level. For middle school grand champion, student from Trauma Middle School, Principal Leticia Menchaca, student David Hinojosa, soil porosity, sand pebbles, and clay. Yes. Just give him a hand. Our United Independent School District High School Grand Champion from Alexander High School, Principal Ernesto Sandoval, student Linda Marie Santos, 3D electrical cast. Linda Marie Santos will be competing next month at the national level in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Let's give Linda Marie Santos a great hand of applause.
Good evening, members of the board, Mr. Santos, and distinguished audience members. At this time, we would like to present to you some of our finest fine arts students that we have at UISD. And we're going to begin with the Colonel Santos Benavides Elementary School cheerleaders. They're the American Cheer Power Nationals 3rd place elementary large group winners. Their sponsors are Cindy Ramirez, Olympia Sharafa, and their principal is Dr. Mirta Villarreal. Their cheer members are Brittany Brissett, Natalie Dominguez, Mary Lou Gallardo, Brisa Garcia, Andrea Gutierrez, Victoria Hinojosa, Gabriela Izaguirre, Valerie Ledesma, Cristina Martinez, Karime Martinez, Kaylin Martinez, Ryan Moran, Taylor Moran, Silke Peña, Alicia Rodriguez, Vainoli Serna, Dana Alisa Schulman, Lauren Telles, Michaela Torres, Priscilla Vera, Victoria Villanueva, Pinon Walters, and Leah Garza. Congratulations to our 3rd place winners. Congratulations, girls. Next, we have the Salinas Elementary School cheerleaders. They are national champions in the Cheer American National Championship Elementary Intermediate Division, Alamo National Champions in the Elementary Intermediate Division, Cheer Power Southern National Champions in the Elementary Intermediate Division, and they're the 2015 Fun Cheer National Champions. Their sponsor is Jennifer Brown, and their principal is Abraham Rodriguez III. Their members are Amanda Castillo, Mia Lozano, Serena Machado, Alexa Saldaña, Nidia de la Rosa, Abigail Sanchez, Viviana Loya, Shakira Cervantes, Iromi Wong, Georgina Herrera, Alisa Garcia, Brianna Molina, Darcy Bustamante, Fernanda Martinez, and Natalie Peña. Congratulations, Salinas Elementary School cheerleaders. Thank you. Congratulations. Our next group is the Borchers Elementary Cheerleaders. They're the American Cheer Power Southern National second place elementary division winners. Their sponsor is Veronica Lopez, and their principal is Mucia Flores. Their members are Ashley Hernandez, Leila Mata, Kaylee Torres, Catherine Barrera, Carolina Pro, Mariana Montemayor, Alexa Merla, Kelsey Teniente, Dani Kudo, Karina Manrique, Isabel Cardenas, Dianira Hernandez, Valerie Lopez, Karen Garcia, Victoria Hernandez, Victoria Gutierrez, Nayeli Solis, Celisa Ruiz, Natalie Gonzalez, and Miranda Bedia. Congratulations. Thank you. Our next group is the Nye Elementary Cheerleaders. They are the 2015 Cheer World All Access Championship first place elementary division winners. Their sponsors are Triana Gonzalez and Cynthia Caballero, and their principal is Patricia Lañas. Their members are Vanessa Caballero, Patricia Garza, Samantha Garza, Amberly Gonzalez, Kaylee Gonzalez, Danica Gutierrez, Dela Jalomo, and Gabriela Romero. Congratulations.
Mr. Santos, distinguished board members, family members, we're here to honor our District 1 one-act play for middle school which is Los Obispos Middle School. I'm gonna have you come up. I'll say your names as we go. Champions for District 1. First one is Karina Martinez, Fatima Hernandez, Shan Patricio, Emily Robles, Jesse Romero, Alejandro Sosaya, Kim Vasquez, Aaron Trevino, Dominic Madrid, Martin Guerrero, Leroy Loredo, Sari Garcia, and Katia Aviso. Proud sponsor is Cassandra Canales, and of course, proud principal is Ms. Al-Assad. We have also some honorable mentions here as well. We have Alejandro Sosaya and Fatima Hernandez, all-star cast members Shan Patricio and Karina Martinez. Help me welcome our Los Obispos One Act Middle School winners for District 1. For District 2, our first place winner, our champions is George Washington Middle School. Sponsor is Manuel Alejandro, and of course, our proud principal, Ms. Beth Porter. Let me go ahead and name our participants: Adriana Garcia, Hannah Tilton, Randy Renteria, Valeria Cermeno, Valeria Vera, Gilbert Ramon Rios III, Miguel Martinez, Alan Martinez, Lindsay Galindo, Angelica Gomez, Aranza Gallegos, Frida Esquivel, Ariak Tays, Lisbeth Carrillo, Karina Galbraith. We also have some distinguished winners as well. Best Actress Valeria Cermeno, and we also have a all-star cast member, Valeria Vera. Family and friends, help me congratulate our District 2 One Act Play winners, George Washington Middle School. And their play was called Crimes of the Heart, and the District 1 was Kamikaze Kate.
What group? Okay, our next group is the Los Obispos Middle School cheerleaders. They're the American Cheer Power Southern Nationals third place non-tumbling advanced middle school division winners. Their sponsor is Alejandra Sandoval, and their principal is Jessica Salazar. Their members are Jennifer Mesa, captain, Joylyn Hinojosa, co-captain, Jennifer Barrera, second co-captain, Evelyn Clemente, Viviana Solis, Arlette Garcia, Here Garcia, Abigail Gonzalez, Ariel Puente, Kayla Estrada, Anna Chick, Alexandra Chalet, Shekina Martinez, Eunice Rodriguez, Monica Perez, Sarah Valadez, Jessica Vasquez, and Adelie Alvarado. Congratulations to Los Obispos Middle School cheerleaders.
So the dance team is not here.
Thank you and congratulations for all your hard work. Our next group is the United Middle School Cheerleaders. They are the Cheer Power Christmas Open champion, first place JV Intermediate Division, the Cheer Power Southern National Championship first place JV Intermediate Division and Grand Champion winners. Their sponsor is Leonila Gonzalez and their principal is Rebecca Morales. Their members are Celica Ardillas, Cristina Barrera, Ana Sofia Caldera, Kayleen Calles, Andrea Casanova, Javier Ramirez, Mia Esquivel, Brianna Lozano, Suzette Martinez, Megan Ochoa, Katia Peña, Marifer Pérez, Christy Ramirez, Victoria Ramos, Alegra Ramos, Madison Rosales, Bailey Reese, Natalie Segovia, Gianna Vaca, Jada Vaughn, and Frida Zuniga. Congratulations to United Middle School Cheerleaders. Our next group is the Salvador Garcia Middle School Cheerleaders. They're the American Cheer Power Southern National second place winners. Their sponsors are Brenda Gonzalez and Rosa Ramos. Their principal is Clotilde Gámez. Their members are Yazbek Jaime, Kayla Jaime, Destiny Perez, Kelsey Cortez, Crystal Treviño, Xochitl Romo, Lisa Arispe, Kevin Reese, Marco Varela, Miss Emily Hernandez, Berenice Barrientos, Kathleen Chavez, Catherine Dominguez, and Emma Diaz. Congratulations to the Salvador Garcia Middle School Cheerleaders. What is it?
Good evening, parents. I'm very proud and honored to announce that Christian Perez from LBJ, a junior, has achieved certification as Microsoft Office Specialist in software, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and Outlook. Additionally, Kristen is certified as a Microsoft Office expert in Word and Excel. This certifications qualify Kristen to be certified as a Microsoft Office Specialist Master. The Microsoft Office Specialist Master certification demonstrates that Kristen has achieved a high level of skill in the use of the Microsoft Office software package. We are very proud of Kristen and all of his accomplishment, and his teacher, Ms. Jessica Garza, is joining him. Congratulations. And also proud principal, Mr. Salazar.
Good evening, parents, teachers, students, and community members. It is with great pride that we would like to acknowledge United ISD's National Hispanic Scholars tonight. These students have excelled in their studies while enrolled in our high schools, and they truly exemplify scholarship and academic excellence. A total of 23 United ISD high school students earned this award from the National Hispanic Recognition Program of the College Board. The program identifies academically outstanding Hispanic Latino high school students. To be eligible for this award, students must meet the following requirements: take the PSAT in October of their junior year in high school, be of at least 1/4 Hispanic Latino descent, achieve the minimum required PSAT cutoff score of 181. This index score may vary by state. Achieve a cumulative grade point average GPA of 3.0 or higher by the end of their junior year. The first group of students includes from J.B. Alexander High School, Brenda Arroyo, Samantha Bebiak, William Brown, Carlos Casas de Leon, Mia De Llano, Carlos Fuentes, Sara Garcia, Maribel Gomez, Hector Gonzalez, Alejandra Gutierrez, Jose Enrique Macias, Isaac Martinez, Allison Miller, and Melly Stelflug. Congratulations to the National Hispanic Scholars from Alexander High School. This is Alexander. Gotcha. Congratulations. The second group of students from United High School, Perla Canales, Guillermo Diaz, Kevin Diaz de Pinos, Carlos Fresnillo, Michael Haverkamp, Edgar Morales, and Jorge Solis. Congratulations to the National Hispanic Scholars from United High School. And last but not least, the group of students from United South High School, Alejandra Flores and Jose Teniente. Congratulations. Congratulations to our National Hispanic Scholars and their parents. Our next group is from our art department. We have the 2016 TexDon Aviation Calendar State Art Contest winners. Their teacher is Mrs. Nancy Poinsall, and their principal is Mr. Ernesto Sandoval, Jr. The third place winner from Alexander High School is Janine Donovan. And their second place winner, also from Alexander High School, is Daniela Saldivar. Their artwork will be featured in the 2016 TexDon Aviation Calendar. Congratulations to this wonderful accomplishment.
United ISD is very proud to announce that for the first time in the history of our school district, we have a grand total of 10 all-state musicians, and we'd like to introduce them by campuses. These students, to achieve all-state, their training possibly began way back when they first started learning their instrument. But to be an all-state musician through TMEA process means that you prepare 3 individual selections and you start a series of elimination tryouts that start in November. They go through December, they go through January, and the final tryout qualifies them to go to state. To make all-state means that they're one in possibly thousands that tried out, because it's the entire state of Texas. We're very proud to introduce to you from United South High School, all-state musician in the symphonic band, Ricardo Dominguez. Band director Francisco Sosa and Joshua Martinez are joining them. Next, we're very proud to introduce from J.B. Alexander High School. They had a grand total of 4 all-state musicians. In the symphonic band, Clara Perez. Congratulations. Concert band, Martin Tolentino. Concert band, Dulce Castellanos. And in the concert band, Reynaldo Romo. Band directors Joe Valenzuela, Lyle Perkins, Mr. Sandoval, high school principal, and staff. Congratulations. Okay. Next, from United High School, we'd like to introduce 2 all-state musicians, Sebastian Rodriguez, that qualified for the concert band, and Esteban Borjas III, symphonic band. Congratulations. Mr. John Mallon, band director, is present, along with the United High School administration. We're very pleased to introduce for the first time in the United High School Choir, in the history of the choir, they had a grand total of 3 all-state musicians. Making the all-state choir, the men's choir, Christopher Garibay, the women's choir, Andrea Briones, and in the mixed choir, Carlos Fresnillo, and the choir director is Miss Debbie Hernandez. Now, this being the first time that we have this record number of all-state musicians, we'd like to get one group picture with all the all-staters together. If we could have all the all-state musicians line up in front. Well, congratulations, United ISD All-State Musicians.
Our next group is the Lyndon B. Johnson High School Cheerleaders. They are the NCAA High School Nationals second place winners, the American Cheer Power Southern Nationals Advanced Non-Tumbling Division second place winners. Their sponsor is Monica Reyes, and their principal is Armando Salazar. Also accompanying the group is the LBJ High School administrative staff. Their members are Samantha Cázares, Daisy Casiano, Ashley Castillo, Coraima Castro, Daniela Contreras, Leslie Contreras, Kyra Fonseca, Gabriela Gallardo, Vanessa Garcia, Carla Garza, Bianca Gomez, Samantha Hernandez, Laura Higgle, Catherine Maldonado, Sharon Montoya, Alexis Palacios, Melissa Palacios, Jessica Paredes, Elisa Piñón, Arely Rangel, Alila Robles, Amanda Sánchez, Jessica Sánchez, Imelda Tenorio, Noelí Terrazas, Ana Vargas, Elmer Vázquez, Abigail Vela, Samantha Venegas, Sharik Yanes, and Jose Puentes. Congratulations to the LBJ Johnson High School cheerleaders.
Good evening, board members, Mr. Santos, members of the audience. It is with great pride tonight that we recognize our UISD swim program from all 4 high schools. This swim program, these kids continue to set records and grow the sport. We have over 125 swimmers total in the program. And this year, for the first time in UISD history, all 4 programs qualified a total number of 63 kids, swimmers, to the regional tournament. Congratulations. The reason I got to hand it again to these kids. They're kind of unique because they swim together, they practice together, they travel together, they eat together, and they wanted to be presented together. So congratulations. Alexander Regional Qualifiers, United Regional Qualifiers, United South Regional Qualifiers, and LBJ Regional Qualifiers. I would like to add that this season, the Alexander boys and girls swim team captured the District 29 6A District Championship. At the regional meet, the Alexander squad came in as the regional runner-up, placing second among 26 teams that were at Brownsville. And last but not least, Alexander girls swimming qualified several swimmers to the state championships in Austin. And then those young ladies were Samantha Babiak, Regina Chemas, Cassie Sue, Aisha Mohammed. Assistant coach, Maritza Gomez. And finally, head coach and regional coach of the year, Paul Kane. Principals, United South, Adriana Ramirez, LBJ Armando Salazar, United High School, Alberto Aleman, and Alexander Ernesto Sandoval. Congratulations, UISD Swim Regional Qualifiers.
Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present. That this meeting has been duly called and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Agenda for the record, we have present Mr. Ramiro Vélez III, Juan Roberto Ramirez, Mr. Ricardo Molina, Elisa Flores Oliveros, and Mr. Jed Gilpin. I am Javier Montemayor. This meeting is now, call this meeting to order. Agenda item number 3, board announcements. Do any board members have any announcements that they'd like to make? None?
None.
Okay. Agenda item number 4, public comments. No public comments, I'm being told.
sir.
Agenda item number 5, superintendent's report. A, review of legal policies and TASB update 101.
It's just a review, Mr. Montemayor, members of the board.
Okay, agenda item number 6 has been covered. Agenda item number 7. At this time, we move to the consent agenda items. Is there a motion regarding the consent agenda items as listed in letters A through O?
So move.
Second. I have a motion and a second to approve agenda items, consent agenda items A through O. Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 8, items for individual consideration. Item 8A, approval of board minutes for the months of February 2015.
I'll make a motion for approval.
Second.
Got a motion for approval and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 8B, approval of donations.
Yes, Mr. Montemayor, members of the board, it is recommended that the board trustees graciously accept the following donations, and this will be attached to the minutes. We have 5 donations over $1,000. Dr. E.M. Malakoff received a donation of $1,000 from Mr. Paulino Canche, parent from Malakoff Elementary. Lyndon B. Johnson High School received a donation of 5 laptops totaling $1,499.95 from Mr. and Mrs. Jose Ramos. United South High School football team received a donation of $1,600 from the Football Booster Club. United South High School FFA Club received a donation of $3,300 from the Horseshoe Posse. And United South Middle School received a donation of $5,000 from United South Middle 7th grade athletic parents. And then we have further donations under $1,000 for a grand total this month of $12,696.09 that we graciously accept, and want to thank our parents and Booster Club for helping our schools.
Is there a motion regarding the approval of donations as presented?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? The motion carries. Item 8C, presentation on Healthy Futures of Texas grant on Big Decisions curriculum for 9th grade students.
Mr. Montemayor, members of the board, members of the audience, as part of the state mandated cause for the SHAC committee, which is the School Health Advisory Council, it is the charge of the committee to be able to bring forth to the board some recommendations on student health and some activities that we have. Tonight we have 2 presentations that are going to be provided to the board, short presentations. We do anticipate having a lengthier presentation for the April committee meetings to be able to answer additional questions and so forth, but there is a time crunch that we have at the end of this week to submit a grant for this funding, and so the MOU is of critical nature to be able to get that approved for this week. With that being said, we want to have the first presentation provided to you by Dr. Rolini, and she's with Healthy Futures of Texas, and we'll have the presentation here, about a 10-minute presentation, and allow for some questions.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to present this to you. I'm Dr. Jan Riolini from San Antonio. I'm a family physician by training, and I've devoted my professional life to reducing teen pregnancy and unplanned pregnancy, teen pregnancy and unplanned pregnancy. Healthy Futures of Texas is a nonprofit based in San Antonio, and that is the organization that is applying for this grant and inviting United ISD to join us in this project. The reason that I'm concerned about teen pregnancy and that so many people are worried about it is while we honor young parents and know them to be hardworking and loving and caring, we also know that this is a much steeper pathway to start having family at such a young age for both young men and young women. So we want to help them know that waiting to have children until a later time when they have their education, when they have their they have a relationship that is committed and is going to be available to help raise that child, that's when they can have a better outcome with children. So that's what we're about. Teen pregnancy is not just about pregnancy or plumbing. It's about education, as you know, because school dropout is so much more common among young parents, especially girls. The risks to the babies are very high, with a very high risk of prematurity and low birth weight, of health problems going forward, and educational problems as they grow. Single parenthood is really so common among young teen parents as to be the norm, and too often the dads are not involved in the raising of their children. It can be a real crisis at times with such stress and so forth that child neglect and even abuse can occur, because teens are, I think, less able to protect their children from such things. Poverty, of course, having children very young makes it much more difficult to rise out of poverty. So it's not just about pregnancy. Clicker. There we go. I think this is the wrong county, but I can tell you that your rates in Webb County of teen births are very high, just about as high as in Val Verde County. 75 births for every 1,000 girls ages 15 to 19, and this is about 2.5 times the national rate. I apologize for having the wrong county up there. The funding opportunity is a grant to evaluate and study the program called Big Decisions. This is a 5-year grant that Healthy Futures is applying for, and the grant application is due the beginning of April. The awards will be announced July 1st. So we'll know by the beginning of July if we get it. And of course, the MOU is really needed by the end of the month. So that's why we're, I can go back. Okay, great. Healthy Futures, we are a nonprofit in San Antonio that is all about bringing people together to focus on prevention, on the things that we agree about. Whatever part of the political spectrum we come from, we all care about our kids, and we want them to have, be able to make healthy decisions and have the ability to meet their potential. So we have programs for youth, mostly in San Antonio. We have programs for parents in San Antonio, and we also do some advocacy work both in San Antonio and around Texas. The program is called Big Decisions, and it is Abstinence Plus. That is a strong abstinence message, but also helping young people to reduce their risks if they do become sexually active, and for hopefully later when they do become sexually active. The lessons are interactive and fun. People love it. It's been used by 26 school districts around Texas. In San Antonio, we have UISD that uses it in the 9th grade and above, and they're planning to use it in 8th grade as well. And the Northeast ISD has incorporated that into the Healthy Lifestyles program. It conforms to Texas law, both in the letter and the spirit, so I think that's important to note. The project is to evaluate big decisions and different components of big decisions to see what is the thing that is most effective to help young people make healthy decisions and to affect their behavior in a positive way. The project is for 9th grade students, participating only with parent consent. There would be randomization that's required by this grant. So without that, we wouldn't be able to apply. And it'd be randomized by classes to one of 3 groups that I'll describe in a moment. The questionnaires will be, there'll be questionnaires before the program, at the end of the program, and then again in 9 months. So over the course of a year, there'll be 3 questionnaires that students will fill out. The teachers will give the programs, and the Healthy Futures staff will support with training and technical assistance to help teachers in whatever setting that the district would like to have it. Of the 5 years, the first year is for planning and preparation, feedback from the district, getting feedback from parents, from teachers, from everyone, students included, to make sure that we have the right fit for, that we can adjust if adjustments are needed for that implementation. The study itself will first have informed consent, and then the randomization occurs, so the parents will be agreeing to have their children in the study. And the 3 different possibilities are the Big Decisions 10-session curriculum, the service learning and a parent component along with the Big Decisions curriculum, and a third option, which is, we call it Youth Voices, which is a facilitated discussion where young people get to talk about the issues that are most important to them of the day. Year 1 is the planning year. Years 2 through 4 would be the implementation, provide the program. And so it would start in fall of 2016. The year 5, 2019, would be to analyze the results and package the results. At that point, the students can receive the other of the 3 programs if they would like. And each group undergoes the pre-test, program, post-test, and then the 9-month test. So this will be very helpful for the development of big decisions. It'll be helpful for the knowledge base for everyone about what helps in a community similar to yours, in a district similar to yours. But it also helps your district because it brings focus and lots of resources to your district. You have training, and there will be some additional resources for coordinator, for example, to compensate for teacher time for service learning if it's out of school time, for transportation needs for such service learning, field trips and things like that. So there's resources to support everything about the project. It's no cost to the district. We bring the resources. So your students would be able to help develop the program to meet the students, to meet their needs, and therefore students in other parts of Texas and around the U.S. So I thank you very much for the opportunity. I hope that this is something you're very interested in. Our goal is to help districts around Texas do as much as they can in the ways that are appropriate for them to give young people what their parents want them to have to help them preventing pregnancy.
Sure. Any questions? Yes. Doctor, is this program that you bring to us presented, has it already been used in other districts?
Yes, it's been used in many other districts. In San Antonio ISD, as I mentioned, it's been used in Northeast ISD in San Antonio, Lufkin, Irving, Pasadena, Altif. There's a whole list on the website, and in your folder, there's a list of the about 10 or so most interesting, what I thought you would find interesting.
When did you start it, and what is the results that you have obtained from that?
We have some preliminary research. First, the students and the teachers and the parents are very pleased with it. It's very popular, it's enjoyable, young people are amazed at what they learn, parents are amazed at what they learn as well. So it's very popular, it's fun, and it's, I think I would say, gentle in the way that it introduces many topics. It has a sensibility for Texas, so the responses have been positive. Between pre-test and post-test, we see improvements in self-efficacy and behavioral intention. So we have and a little bit of behavioral data to suggest improvements in condom and contraceptive use as well. This study would tell us for sure how effective it is.
Okay.
In the communities it's been used, teen pregnancy is coming down. And many people in San Antonio credit big decisions as a big part of why things are getting better.
It is very important in regard to this presentation you brought us, all the way you have stated and presented to us, for the students to really receive and perceive the situation, the things that they go through if they go on a different route, you know, but by not going exactly the way you presented to us. Difficult decisions that they make because of the problems that they encounter on their lives as a teenagers, on a student teenager, and which there's not a fault for the child that might come to this world, but that is not much of a fault of a student. To a certain extent, it's just that they were not displaying the situation, especially at home, which starts to explain situations like this for them, and then at school, in the classes.
Both of the Big Decisions standard curriculum has a parent component. So there's some homework for young people to talk with their parents about things, not necessarily about sex, but to talk with parents or guardians or whoever they can trust to talk. And then the Big Decisions Plus, the more extensive version, will have sessions for parents as well. I believe that it's not just information that makes the difference. It's information and that caring adults in a young person's life that will make the difference.
The doctor. Good.
For clarification purposes, at what grade level are you proposing that this curriculum be utilized?
The proposal is for 9th grade.
For 9th grade. And then for clarification purposes, parents have the option to opt out of participation.
Exactly.
It requires parental approval.
Absolutely. Okay. Parental informed consent is essential. So it would actually be an opt-in situation where we would actively get consent from parents, and we will help with that.
Okay, and then I'm reading that you use the information that's gathered through this study to affect policy. Could you give me an example of policy that's been affected?
Well, one example is the state law regarding sex education and how they word what sex education in Texas should look like if it's offered. So that if Big Decisions and United ISD have experience to contribute to our representatives in Austin about what works best here and how we can discuss that in a positive way, then that can be helpful for those policymakers.
Okay. And then also, again, just for clarification purposes, part of the program does advocate abstinence, correct?
Yes, abstinence is first and foremost what we advocate. I think helping young people to understand that it's not just corny or old-fashioned, but it's also the healthiest choice, and that's really what we focus on. But to be able to do that and not exclude students who are sexually active or already parents is really the delicate balance.
Right, right.
I just have one question. What is the percentage of participation, let's say San Antonio ISD, what is the level of participation of those 9th grade students at that, in any particular school, just off the top of your head? And if they're not participating, what has been the controversy? Why don't they participate? What's the feedback that you get?
Well, the primary reason for not participating in the implementations that we've had in San Antonio has been that the student didn't get the piece of paper home and then bring it back. So that's the primary issue. It has not been particularly controversial.
Okay.
Of course, not all parents would want it. SAISD has actually gone to an opt-out system because they recognized that so many parents were disappointed that their children didn't get it. So that's been the main thing, and we haven't had a lot of controversy. Of course, anything like this can be controversial, but Big Decisions is designed to address those issues, especially in Texas.
Thank you very much.
Critical components here is the SHAC committee, which is comprised of parents that are actually on the committee, community members, medical professionals, and so forth. So this particular, both presentations in detail and recommended unanimously to the board. At this moment, though, we're only focused on the deadline for the application for the funding. Again, as I mentioned, we're going to bring back a more detailed program together with the PEP program to be able to give you the statistics of the actual numbers that we're seeing at UISD specifically, and then the actual program itself. The neat thing on both programs is that we have the 1 year planning period. And during that 1 year, we're going to go and vet out everything, make sure we check, meet with parents. I'm even thinking maybe PTC meetings that we'll be able to present this and unveil it. And if we're doing the 9th grade in this particular program, that we would probably visit with 8th grade parents going into the freshman year so that they're aware of it, and when they get their permission slip, they know what it's about. And then the second program, which we'll detail here in a few minutes, is going to focus on middle school. So with that, and I guess a clarification also on the MOU.
Yes, that's correct. I spoke, Stephen Troutman for the record, legal counsel. I spoke with Mr. Garza earlier today. The deadline to enter into these MOUs is Friday, so there's a bit of a time crunch. Our law firm has not had a chance to review these MOUs, so if a motion is made, I would make a recommendation that it be subject to legal review. We don't see any issue why we can't review these documents and have them done by Friday, but that would be my recommendation.
And these are MOUs that have been approved at other school districts as well. We still have one more presentation to be able to provide, but whatever the wishes of the board.
And fiscally, UISD will just be participating via students. There will be no financial responsibility.
The way the plans are, the grant will cover 99% of all the items. Obviously, you know, facilities would be a portion that we contribute. Maybe stipends will be paid to some of our staff, but the majority of the funds, or all the funds, will be coming from these grants. Basically, we didn't want to lose out on the opportunity. I think that later on, if we decide, and the board always has that decision to be able to say, you know what, it's not for us, whatever, then we figure that out at that time. But I think that this is the right step in that direction. If you see, or once we do the presentation from the PEP, you'll see the situation that we have specifically in our middle school population, where those numbers have steadily increased over the years.
Okay, so I guess that takes us to item 8D, Memorandum of Understanding with Healthy Futures of Texas.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
And at this time, Mr. Montemayor will introduce Dr. Gonzalez from the Laredo Health Department to able to do his presentation, and then we can probably take action.
Okay.
MOUs.
Chairman, members of the committee, Mr. Santos, Dr. Gonzalez, Director of the City of Laredo Health Department. Good evening.
Good evening.
Everybody. What we're presenting to you, and we do have a PowerPoint, but we're going to give you a handout instead. President Garza was mentioning current situation of teen pregnancy here in Laredo. We have 570 last year, almost equal between both school districts. We have a nurse-family partnership program that case manages first-time moms. We want to make sure that mom is healthy and baby's healthy. And out of those, we're following 90. These are first-time moms. All of them, 90% of them, almost 100% are between 14 and 23. So very young moms, first-time moms that are continuing to face challenges when they get pregnant. One of the sheets that I gave you shows the statistics that only 38%, 30% of teens who get pregnant in adolescence drop out of school. 67% get in the poverty rolls and then become part of our entitlement programs, Medicaid, CHIP. And so for the young lady and the partner, it becomes a challenge. You all know that, and we work very close with your PEP program. We have for years. One of the things that we continue to see is the challenge, and I want to thank both school districts because the health department for many years did work with your coaches and ran the abstinence program, which we think made a big, important impact because 6 years ago, we had almost 1,000 adolescent pregnancies between both school districts, again, almost equal. We're down to 580, and it fluctuates. A lot of it has to do with population. The issue is we want to make sure mom is healthy and baby's healthy. If they choose to be pregnant, if they choose to want to have a pregnancy, but all of us know the reality that at that age, if an adult has challenges during pregnancy and raising a child, the adolescent much more. And again, I refer to our program that we have, the Nurse Family Partnership, that is dealing with an array of issues of these young girls who are pregnant. What we want to do, and we partnered with the Texas campaign, this is to provide a curriculum where our staff will come in and provide frank education on abstinence, but focusing on leadership, self-esteem. These are things that we want to focus because we want to make sure that teens have, a healthy future. We're already fighting on the other side obesity in young kids. And we don't want to add to it other problems that will complicate. We want them to finish school. We want them to be whatever they want to be, but we need to ensure that they're on the right path. We think that this opportunity helps further what we've been doing for years. What we've been doing for years is educating teens on healthy choices. And that's what we want to do through this. The first year, as Councilman Garza said, in this project, if we get awarded, is a planning year. Even though that we're proposing, and Ms. Rosales has seen one of the curriculums that highly recommended, you have that year to decide, is this the program we really want to, or we want to change, or a combination of curriculum. So we have that opportunity during that year of planning. Again, there will be no cost to the school district because that would be absorbed by the grant, in this case by the health department, and our partners, Texas campaign. So that in a nutshell is what we wanted to present. We did have an MOU in good faith to show that if we do get awarded, that the interest of the school district to partner with us and to make sure our target would be the middle school because that's where we're seeing the changes. You know, I was talking to the principal a year ago, and we were talking about adolescent pregnancy because one of the things that as I was driving up and we were preparing for what you all help us with, Operation Lone Star, where we provide health care for persons who don't have access to care to over 5,000 persons during that week. And we were driving up because we were setting up the logistics, and I see pick up in front of me, drop off a young lady, and I said, oh, it's the father dropping him off. So I wait because he stopped in the middle real quick. And obviously it's a high school girl. The man was a way adult, and she comes over and gives him a kiss. This is what we've seen in our HIV and STD programs, young girls who are impressionable, and through our peer cohorts that we have, peer-to-peer, teen-to-teen, a lot of issues of getting attention. And ours is we want to focus on the attention of the youth themselves, that they're important, that they are the future of tomorrow, that they're the leaders. To focus on, and that's what we wanted to share with you. I don't know if you have questions.
Thank you, Dr. Doctor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
And once again, with this second MOU, we also haven't reviewed it, so it would be the same condition on the motion, be the recommendation.
So basically 8D, there's no action needed on 8C, correct? That's just a presentation.
Yes, sir.
8D would be I would make a motion to approve pending legal review.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion carries.
We also need action on letter
8F.
F.
Okay, presentation from the, okay, 8F, approval of memorandum of understanding between UISD, City of Laredo Health Department, Healthy Futures of Texas, and the Texas Campaign for Adolescent Grant for students in grades 6 through 8. I'll also make the same motion regarding the approval of memorandums pending legal review.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion passes. Thank you. Item 8G, first reading of local policies in TASB update. No action required. Agenda item 9, closed session. The time is now 7:30 p.m. and the board will adjourn into closed session pursuant to sections 551.072, .071, and .074 for the Texas Government Codes to discuss agenda items 9A, B, C, and D. We will be back in approximately 1 hour. We are reconvened from closed session. The time is now 9:39 p.m. The board will take appropriate action on items if necessary as discussed in closed session. Agenda item 10A, action regarding the approval and first and final reading of revised FNG local.
Yes, the recommendation is to approve the first and final reading of revised FNG local with revisions as discussed in closed session.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Passes. Agenda item B, I move to table.
Motion to table.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor of tabling B? B is tabled. C, action regarding retention. Special counsel in regards to claims made by and against USD and its employees, agents, and representatives.
Yes, the recommendation is to approve the retention of Special Counsel Ron Hull in regards to claims made by, against UISD and its employees, agents, representatives under the terms of the legal engagement letter as presented.
Have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Carries. Agenda item D, report and possible action regarding the easement for the City of Laredo on the property as described as. Mr. Troutman.
Yes, the recommendation is to approve the action, or to approve the easement for the City of Laredo on the property described as 9.67 acres of land, more or less, and being out of portion 35, abstract 546.
So moved.
Second.
Just clarification, it's 19.67 acres?
19.67 acres, more or less, and being out of portion 35, abstract 546.
A motion and a second. All those in favor? That carries. Back 2.
Actually, we can just move on to item E at this point.
Oh, they're all together. Okay. Agenda item 10.
And the recommendation here is to authorize legal counsel and district representatives to execute an amendment to development agreement with each EG Ranch LTD with respect to improvement to EG Ranch Road as presented in closed session.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Abstain.
1 abstention. Petals. And agenda item 11, to adjourn.
Second.